So, are you a skeptical person? And there's a lot of background noise, like the wind. Hopefully you can hear me, but I'm not gonna let wind stop me from making more content for you guys. So, the reason I made this, now I don't know if you're skeptical or no, but if you are a skeptical person, then already you're skeptical about what I'm even gonna share. But I was thinking about this, right? Because I used to be skeptical as well. Obviously I wasn't born skeptical, became skeptical over time, but then found out what the root was, and once I let go of it, now I don't have that skeptical point, and that's when actually more blessings came to my life, right? Whereas when I was skeptical, I wouldn't take as many chances, risks, calculated risk, and so on and so forth. So if you are a skeptical person, or in many areas have skepticism, it most of the time, like 99% of the time, at least of the people I met, it comes from something that happened to you as a child. And someone isn't born skeptical, right? As kids, we trust everyone and everything. But because how often in the system, in this world we live in, the trust is broken, then you get to a point where it's like it becomes very difficult to trust anything. And so the skepticism comes from like your trust being broken over and over, almost, right? And if you look back, sometimes it may be difficult to pinpoint exactly what memory or what experience made you become skeptical, but someone who's very skeptical, that means maybe when they were trying to do something, buy something, or whatever the case might be, each person's different, their trust was broken in a way where they had a certain expectation outcome in their mind, but the result they got wasn't the same. And so therefore they're like, this person screwed me over, or this situation screwed me over. When in reality, maybe that situation that happened was actually gonna get them to that point, get them to that result, but because it wasn't what people thought, it's like that trust was broken. Or in other circumstances, maybe you had parents that were abusive, or even maybe they weren't abusive, they just didn't pay much attention to you, so it like naturally you couldn't trust anyone that way, right? So there could be many different things like that, but the main point is realize like you were not born skeptical. And if you can find out what happened in your past that you stopped losing trust, and if you can overcome that point, actually write about it, bring it up. And I know it could be difficult if you don't know how to write about things, but I mean, if you want specific ways of writing and stuff that I had learned, specific ways of self-forgiveness and things like that, you could directly reach out to me and I could give more support on that. But if you don't let go of it, the skepticism, then it's like you've already had several chances where your life could have changed for the better and you could have achieved what you actually wanted, but because of the skepticism point, you missed all those chances. And so in a way, you're doing a disservice to yourself, right? And it's, I mean, harsh to hear. And I mean, those who are skeptical, if you're really on the high scale of skepticism, then you already probably clicked off the video. But for those who have stayed this far, I mean, there's something that you want to change. There's something you realize like this isn't right, or like where does the skepticism come from and all that. Like you're trying to actually figure it out. And if you want more support, because again, here I can only share ideas, share different things, but in practical applications, practical support, that has to be done one-on-one because I don't know the person. So that's why if you see YouTube videos where they try to give advice and they're like, every single person needs to do that, it's like that doesn't work. people could share ideas that may apply to several people. But like, I used to be someone that most general advice wouldn't make sense to me, because anyone I would meet, it's like I felt like I was different than them. Like, if majority don't take risk, I was the one taking risk. If majority saw they wanted to go this way, I wanted to go that way. So naturally for me, I couldn't just take any advice online. That's why I had to find in-person mentors. And I mean, I've been mentored for several years now, and I've been blessed to have very, very successful people mentor me and let me get to know them, their family, and they raised me like I was their son. Right? But yeah, hopefully this makes sense. It's point of skepticism coming from your trust being broken. That's all it is. But you need to realize you're grown now. The same circumstances doesn't apply to you. And if the risk you're taking involves money, you could always make money back. And if you think you can't make money back, then you just haven't developed the skills to do so, because you were skeptical, because you didn't put in the effort to learn all these skills, right? So yeah, I'll leave it at that, and hopefully it helped one person to realize something. But yeah, see you in the next one. Bye.